The process of buying a house is very exciting, but it's by no means easy. It's affected by very many things, from your own financials to the local economy to the general housing market. However, the more you know about the process of buying a house, the easier it will be for you to navigate. So in the next few minutes, I'll be talking about 6 very important things you must know before you even decide to buy a house. Hello, my name is Nasser. I'm a real estate agent here in Boston, and these are the 6 things you must know before you even decide to buy a house. Number 1, knowing what the process of buying a house involves. Having knowledge about the process of buying a house, from getting pre-approved to closing on your house, will help you be prepared mentally. This will require you to do some homework or consult a real estate agent like myself, who will get you some information on what a prospective home buyer needs to know. So number 2 is being aware of the challenges of owning a house. When you become a homeowner, you will have some obligations you need to fulfill. For example, you will need to pay your annual property taxes. You'll also be required by your lender to make sure that you maintain the house in good condition. You'll also be required to repair broken appliances. Once in a while, you'll also be required to mow the lawn. So these activities most of these you don't do as a tenant. So being expectant of all these challenges will help prepare you mentally as you go along during the process of buying a house. So number 3, knowing how much money you need for down payment and for the closing costs. Depending on which financing program you qualify for example, some first-time home buyers may qualify for 3.5% down payment from, for example, government-insured loans. Other government programs like the USDA will actually allow some qualified persons to put down as little as 0% down. So, for example, if you're interested in buying a house worth $800,000, for a government-insured loan program that will allow you to put down 3.5%, you'll only need $28,000 for that house as down payment. Now, knowing this alone is going to help you save a lot of time as you save for this down payment. So in addition to the down payment, you'll also need some money saved up for the closing costs. And what are the closing costs? So closing costs include things like loan application fees, attorney fees. You'll also need some money for the escrow taxes. You also need some money for property appraisal, among very many other expenses. So try to do your homework and make sure before you even put an offer on the house, you have talked to your lender and they have given you an estimate of how much you will need for the closing costs. And number 4, have a minimum acceptable credit score. The credit score basically reflects your ability to repay your debts, and make sure that you consult a financial expert before you make any major financial decisions. Number 5, your financial documentation. So try to make sure your financial documents, for example, your bank statements, your pay stubs, your W-2s, and your 1099 forms for those who are self-employed, are in order, and available to be submitted upon request. Having your financial documents in order helps speed up the process of you getting pre-approved. Lastly, number 6 is your employment history. This is one of the things that some people overlook, but it's very, very important. Some prospective buyers are denied home financing because of their inability to provide sufficient employment history. So most of us have a tendency of moving from one job to another, which is very understandable, by picking up hours from different employers, to help with the daunting bills. Very, very understandable. However, the lenders that I've worked with actually require their borrowers to have been at a job for at least 2 years. Employment at a job for longer, shows the lender that you can be trusted and that you were able to sustain an income.